How are you all doing? Welcome back to Peepo Coin Channel. Today was a true delight for you because, guess what? National Bitcoin Pizza Day is today. That's correct. On Bitcoin Pizza Day, we will examine past Bitcoin prices and then jump to a new all-time high on the Bitcoin chart. We're looking it square in the face. We will examine the chart. Let's examine what the chart has to say. We will examine the setup. The rest of the summer is about to begin, and next week, at least in the South, school will be out. We're going to examine Bitcoin in June, July, and August to see what we anticipate and what the charts indicate. I know you go a little bit further up north. The XRP chart will therefore be our next stop. We will examine that chart to see how it looks. We'll discuss how Bitcoin differs from other cryptocurrencies. When are the altcoins going to start moving higher? I know a lot of people, myself included. We are anticipating the altcoin run plus. Ripple just revealed that they have the first stable coin that is compatible with a MiCA. Without further ado, this is significant news because it also connects to the Ripple acquisition loop. Let's dive into a Bitcoin 110,770 as you unwind. It has increased by more than 4% in the last day. Ethereum is now up more than 5%. Coming in at 2,657. Both USDT and USDC, which are stable coins, are showing up at the 99-cent pegs of XRP. Hey, at $2.42, it's better than yesterday. It has increased 3.34% over the last day. Cardano is having a good little run, up nearly 6%, trading at 80 cents. Cardano was a lovely play with a long backstory, but to cut it short, I could have had it for a very high price back then. But guess what I did? I purchased additional XRP, but all is well because I got Nicole Daniel back in Q1 of 2024, and I look good on it. I would have looked much prettier if we had an EDX sitting on our hands at a penny. But hey, life happens, you learn, and you go on to create YouTube videos and share your experiences with others to help them avoid making the same mistakes, don't you? With the altcoin season at 24 out of 100 and the fear and greed index flashing 69, the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has increased from 3.33 to 3.35 trillion. We do a little TA every Monday for members only, so if you're not a YouTube member, check out my channel after I post this tweet. The monthly cost is less than the cost of a cup of coffee. Additionally, you are ad-free. Additionally, you can reach me directly using those member channels. Both the cost of entrance and the patronage are well worth it. What are you doing if you're not a Patreon member? The Patreon community was shown this chart. As you can see, I will inform you of the levels at which we took a break. Our next upward potentials are what we did yesterday. The Patreon community is always the first to know. Resistance to Deja. Up to the upside is the next hole. Our goal is 113 to 116. That is what we are examining in relation to this bad boy and the current Bitcoin pizza price. First, let's look at the past. Even back in 2010, it was a lovely thing. What if you were interested in Bitcoin in 2010? Around here, when did I first learn about Bitcoin? I slept throughout 2016 and 2017 and did nothing about it when I should have. But guess what? Since that led me to this crypto adventure, everything is okay. Look at that rise between 23 and 24 on National Bitcoin Pizza, from 70,000 last year to 110,000 today. They went from $26,000 to $70,000. And because that guy is essentially my neighbor, don't be him. He sold 2 Bitcoins to purchase 2 pizzas for himself. He lives across Alligator Alley in Miami. This guy is the icing on the cake after spending $220,000 on a pizza. Would a financial advisor accept advice from someone who sold 2 Bitcoins to buy 2 pizzas for himself? Crazy, huh? So why is it called National Bitcoin Pizza Day? This is the most significant takeaway from this video that you will most likely remember. Keep in mind that Bitcoin is in the forefront. Bitcoin runs first, followed closely by all other currency. At the conclusion of the summer, the market cools down, but in November and December, there is an explosive parabolic climax. Don't pass up this incredible bull run. I'll tell you now, Many people plan to completely leave the cryptocurrency market by the summer. They will believe it is over. They will believe that the bull run is over. Since their cryptocurrencies didn't rise as high as they had hoped, they will be yelling and kicking as they leave. It's crucial because of this. To keep up with what's happening in these markets, stay informed, conduct your own research, and press the notification bell. Credible Crypto released this. He says, "Look, after many months, Bitcoin's monthly RSI is once again entering overbought territory. The monthly candles that caused us to enter overbought areas during our previous 2 attempts at this were 22,233,000. They grew bigger. Will the candle be even larger in the 3rd month? At 18,000 right now, the monthly closure is in about 10 days. This is what we are examining. This can be moved to the monthly, you see. This particular candle began trading at 94 and is currently trading at 110,000. Quite enormous. The RSI is visible at the bottom. When purple rises above your yellow, it's really bullish. On this, that is what you wish to be searching for. The yellow line is usually your EMA or SMA, and the purple line is usually a 14-day RSI period. You're moving. If we move this chart, the average tells us that we're gaining momentum. We search. I'll zoom out now. We enter and check to see when this last occurred. And here is where we reached these levels. As you can see, the ascents began to rise. Starting at $26,000, Bitcoin helped us rise to $62,000. We can observe when it began to go up over the cross by going back even further in time. We began this move immediately. When this occurs, 10,000 and a run all the way up to 58,000 are huge moves. What exactly is credit looking at in this situation? Well, it's really easy. It's almost time for Bitcoin to go live. As you can see, we are currently in price discovery on Bitcoin, and it is set to climb even higher. The question is, if I were a Batman Vows gambling man, where would we go? Here, what am I looking at? I believe that there are 2 choices for Bitcoin. Your next reasonable stops for Bitcoin will be 120 and 130 if we either have that weekly close above 110 or if we keep moving higher. If not, we might move back down to the $110,000 range so we can have some additional liquidity before we take off. From my perspective, it appears that Bitcoin will continue to rise in value. By Sunday, we'll know between 116 and 120. However, just released, the price movement of XRP is displaying vital indications across several important exchanges, with key support levels and volume indicating that a significant market move imminent. Here you go, ahead. Up here, what are we going to look at next? Keep in mind that alts lag. Bitcoin's initial alts lag. When you see a purple and yellow, your purple will soon meet to form that lovely cross. An RSI is going to be extended out across the yellow. For XRP, what does that mean? Well, it's really easy. The price of XRP is going to rise in the near future. How high do we go is the question. Resistance only has a certain amount of value. The first important range that we are focusing on is 250 to 265. If that is broken, it will rise to a new all-time high of $283 to $3. My forecast is between $4 and $6. Considering the months we've been aiming for, I believe it will all be played out in June, May, and June. The month of May has